You know, we've got groups marching in from all over the metro area. Norman, Middle, Edmond. We just got a call from the Highway Patrol and 3,000 people have joined the Edmond March in. That is something that no elected official can ignore and brush away.
Thank you. I get one. Are you going to get another one?
I know, we're good seeing you guys.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's really House Bill 3113 is an income tax.
Suspend the rules.
They're not going to take all of this. We don't know what they're going to discuss then, but presumably we will have another shot tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. for them to suspend the rules and allow capital gains to be heard. What you need to do is see your representatives and let them know that this is not okay. They need to allow the debate and the conversation to happen. Do not leave here without seeing your representative. Look them in the whites of their eyes and tell them to allow the conversation. We're not leaving! We're not leaving! We're not leaving! We're not leaving!
Today is day 6 of the walkout, so making it a week into the walkout. This morning, pretty soon after I got off the bus, I was, pushed aside, ordered to move aside, and the women in black marched through the crowd, and so that's like over 100 female attorneys wearing black marched the crowd. Came to the Capitol to meet with lawmakers to show their support of educators, but also to propose different funding proposals, try to help end this walkout. Today I went alone, and that was great because I ended up talking with different educators from TPS, Tulsa Public Schools. And so one was when I was standing in line to get free tacos, and she just, struck a conversation with me. She asked where I worked, and we got into talking. So that was really great because she showed a lot of support for first-year educators, especially those who are, not from Oklahoma, not from Tulsa. And so she was really supportive, encouraging, and just really friendly. We ended up speaking for a pretty long amount of time, even after we got our food, about like a range of topics, about like my first year experience, as well as, the experience of teachers that she's worked with that have also been newer. And so that was really, really great that, speaking with more seasoned educators who, want to hear from first year teachers what our opinions are, what our experience has been like. And then also when I was in the Capitol building, Stephen Wolf, an educator also from TPS, he came up to me, recognized me from a Eureka math training that we had both gone to together at the end of the summer, so before school started. And so that was great because we met before I'd even started teaching. And so it was great that, we're meeting again after, months of experience and months of being in the classroom, to kind of reconnect over like what we've learned, what we're excited for in terms of like next year. And so I really, enjoyed seeing him again, and for him to come up and, you know, like put himself out there by saying like, hey, like, I think we know each other. So that was great. Thank you, Steven. And lastly, I wasn't able to go into the session, but I was like standing or sitting right by the TV that was filming the session that the senators were having. And so today there were many times when certain senators would ask to suspend House rules to talk about the capital gains bill, to talk about, you know, teacher retirement, to talk about income taxes, and they all were vetoed or voted down. And so nothing new got passed today, but we do have the two bills that were passed last Friday to celebrate. So that's the Amazon tax bill, as well as the ball and dice bill. That revenue is supposed to go into supporting education funding, although it's not all of what we asked for and what we need. I think, you know, it's a step in the right direction. And so we're expected to be there tomorrow at their session at 9:30, just to continue to push and to fight for the education funding that is necessary to make Oklahoma nationally competitive, you know, to incentivize teachers to stay in Oklahoma and to stay teaching in Oklahoma. It's not okay that there are districts in Oklahoma that only have 4 days of school. It's not okay that there's principals that have to be principals of 2 schools getting the same pay, along with the other you know, issues that have already been brought up of like 20-year-old textbooks that are like barely being held together by the binding, and, you know, broken down chairs and desks. So for anyone confused about what Oklahoma teachers are still fighting for, despite the fact that legislators did approve of a raise for a year, we are fighting for additional education funding. So funding from increased taxes so that our classrooms can be updated, so that our resources can be updated, because a lot of us are using, you know, our personal resources, our personal money, which is not a lot, to fund our classroom. And it's just gotten to a point where it's not okay, you know, and we need to see the respect for educators from these legislators, and we need to see the respect for public education.